Good afternoon and welcome to Part Talks. Good afternoon and welcome to Part Halton for this afternoon's intermediate hurling quarter final between Trim and Rathmoylon from your hardest working commentary team in the TV business. We've hightailed it very quickly. Myself and James Andrews in from Bective from that very disappointing end from a Trim point of view to the ladies Junior C final where they were bet by a point. But we move on and we're here now in Navan for this quarter final. The teams are as follows. Trim line out in goals. Number 1, Caelan Buckley. Full back line 2, Cian Walsh. 3, Colin McGrath, Trim captain. 4, Derek Kennedy. Half back line 5, Jack Cottrell. 6, Gary Fleming, who's recovered from an injury picked up last week, so hopefully he'll see the game out. And number 7 coming back into the team today, James Cullen. Midfield for Trim wearing 8, David Murtha, and 9, Kieran O'Rourke. Half forward line 10, Danny Coleman. 11, Peter Farrell. 12, Kevin Lennon. Inside forwards 13, Conor McKeown. 14, Joey Toole, and 15, Arnie McGee. The toss is now taking place. Trim seem to be playing towards the hospital end here as they line up. We'll quickly run through the Rathmoylon team before the starting goals. Number 1, Danny Mulligan. 2, Kieran Regan. 3, David Morgan. 4, Owen Downey. Half back line 5, Jared Ennis. 6, Simon Ennis. 7, Cian Keogh. In midfield for Rathmoylon wearing 8, Sean Mulligan, and number 9, Jack Payne. Half forward line 10, Trevor Healy. 11, Vincent Ward. 12, Kevin Mulligan. Inside forwards Rathmoylon 13, Mark Sparky Lynch. 14, Stephen Mulligan, and 15, Gary Doherty. So we're all ready to go here today. On co-commentary I have Brian Dowling to help me, and we'll refer to Brian. We'll get Brian's thoughts now in a couple of moments. The referee Frank Scully just getting everything organised, just checking everybody's in position, looking around, and of course at the start of the game with the sliotar. So sliotar coming in from Rathmoylon. Trim holding very tightly onto their sliotars there, not to let any of them into the middle of the field. Davey just getting a little early touch there, pass the ball back to off to the referee, and we are ready to get underway here in an overcast Part Halton. Pitch looking in absolutely excellent condition, and we are underway. The ball's thrown in. Gary does well, wins an early ball, plays the ball in low towards Joey Toole. The ball comes back out towards Jack Payne wearing the green shorts. Jack, soft enough, gets fouled, and Danny Coleman. And it's the start here. Joey Toole in a spot of bother with the referee already, obviously saying a few words. Brian, how you fixed that today? How do you think Trim will fare out against Rathmoylon?
Yeah, this has the shape of it being a good game. Rathmoylon are a good team, as most lads know. It's their first team against Trim's second team, but they have a couple of nice players. Simon Ennis here on the part of the Meath panel, and they look. He hits a long free in there. It's a good strike by Simon, a good start for them. But they look for the likes of Gary Doherty and a few of those, Vincent Ward, to get them into the game here early.
So that's the open score of the game, and it's a free from inside his own half from Simon Ennis for Rathmoylon. Puts them point to no score. Puck out straight down the middle of the field towards Petey. Petey helps the ball on. Passes by Joey Toole. Conor McKeown trying to get in behind his man. Danny Coleman in helping out as well. And the ball's with number 7, Cian Keogh for Rathmoylon, working the ball down towards right in over the top towards the full forward, Stephen Mulligan. Steve Mulligan gets good possession, turns inside, puts a shot in and over the bar, and that's an excellent start here for Rathmoylon. We're only a minute and 20 seconds into the game, and Rathmoylon already 2 points to no score. Looks like Rathmoylon have a slight breeze. Looking at the flags here down at the O'Mahony's end, the wind seems to be favouring Rathmoylon. Ball drops down here. Kevin Lennon. David Morton moves the ball along the ground. Arnie gets the ball, picks it up. Strong challenge, moves away out of the ball onto Davey. Davey in the middle of the field, in the 65-yard line, takes a shot in towards the end. It goes to the left-hand side and goes wide. That's better though from Trim. At least they're getting a bit of possession. David had a great game last week. Brian in the midfield for Trim. Hopefully he'll carry that form into today.
Yeah, hopefully he will. He does well getting onto a lot of loose balls, so hopefully he'll be on the outskirts of a lot for Trim now today as play continues here on this side.
Jack Cottrell knocks the ball down towards Kevin Lennon, but it's Jared Ennis for Rathmoylan, turns inside, plays the ball off his left, out into the full forward line. Colin McGrath looks like he has hands full already in his early stages. A little bit of hand on the back, but he gets away with it. Fights for the ball, Gaz is in there, does very well, picks the ball up, brushes his man out of the way. He has an advantage, the referee had an advantage, moves it back. Gary playing with his right hamstring heavily strapped. He picked up an injury last week. I'm surprised actually to see him here togging out today. He was in training during the week. He had to step out from some of the training that was going on, but he's obviously recovered sufficiently to take his place. Bit of descent there from Rathmoylan, and the referee has moved the ball forward towards the middle of the field. David Murta is taking over free duty. David steadies himself. This is into the slight breeze that is here, so it's going to be a good strike now. Dave gets the range. Pick drops the ball in. It's going to drop it just short. The ball is helped on from Arnie McGee. David just quite didn't have the range. Arnie pulled on the ball in the air, but it's drifted out over the sideline. So puck out here from Danny Mulligan down the middle of the field. Jack Cottrell underneath it for Trim, goes up, doesn't quite gather it. The ball breaks towards Danny Coleman, but it breaks away. Danny does well. Ball, Davey tries to get a block on it. Strike in towards here. It's over this side towards James Cullen. Good for James to get an early touch, settle him down a bit towards Kieran O'Rourke. Kieran, strong challenge there, but Kieran breaks the challenge, moves on, needs for options, and he's fouled. Does very, very well. Petey had made an overlap, was inside, but Kieran was fouled before he had a chance to get the ball in. Joey Arnie comes out to take the free, actually, just inside the 65-yard line in towards the hospital end. Arnie with a big free, and it's over the bar. It's a point back for Trim from a free for Arnie McGee. 4 minutes gone. Rathmoylan 2 points, Trim 1 point. Puck out, long puck out. It's gone all the way in towards the forward line. Rourke back covering for Trim, knocks the ball towards Keane Walsh. Keane gets his pick, tries to get through two players, does well, plays the ball on towards Jack Cottrell. Jack plays the ball towards the middle of the field towards Peter Farrell. Peter goes up, ball breaks. It's well played there from Simon Ennis. Does well right in the middle of the field, plays a long dangerous ball in, dropping in towards the goals, goes over everybody. Colin McGrath manages to put a bit of pressure on his man, allows Caleb to come off his line, plays the ball towards Keane Walsh. Keane needs a bit of support, he's in the corner, the ball is half blocked there by Gary Doherty. Colin McGrath picks the ball up very strongly, comes out, works the ball towards Kieran O'Rourke, who's getting on a lot of ball early on here. Kieran crosses the 45, looks up, plays the ball down the line towards Joey slightly behind his man. It's a heavy challenge there between a couple of players. The ball's worked towards Peter Farrell. Peter up left hand side, and it's over the bar. 2 points apiece early on here in Park Taunton. Brian teams are lining up in an orthodox formation, 15 on 15, no sweepers or any of that sort of stuff today, so it should be a good ding dong game.
Yeah, it's looking very traditional here at the moment. Trim are moving the ball well forward. Gooch got to get into a bit of early ball. He's under there again now. Great touch from Gooch. They need to get more of him into the game and out to Peter. This is a replica of the last score, if it goes over. Just
to the left hand side and wide. And just for Claire Cullen's sake, Gooch is Conor McKeown. I saw your message last week, Claire, about the nicknames we were in the players, so apologies. We'll try to use their names where possible today. Ball goes in. James Cullen and Dave close in on the ball, but it's the number 9, Jack Payne, for Rathmoylan. Picks the ball up, plays the ball out towards Vinnie Ward. Vinnie runs in, Davey gets a block on it. Gaz gets a block on it. New stick needed for Gaz. Dara Kennedy with a great fetch. But he leaves Keane Walsh leaves it behind him, but manages to recover the ground. Moves the ball in. Great ball from Keane Walsh into Dave. Dave, one look, plays the ball in. Joey Gamble then moved inside, and it led David Morgan to come out with the ball for Rathmoylan. Plays the ball down the field. Jack Cottrell's here in a good position, out in front of his man. Does well, pops the ball. Davey sitting deep in the little pocket there, picking up possession. Gets the ball. I thought he was fouled there, surely, but David a bit unlucky there. I thought he was fouled. He managed to get the ball out to Kieran O'Rourke. The referee thinks the judge had thrown the ball. Bit unlucky there, Dave.
Yeah, that was harsh, I thought, from Frank Scully. I thought David did the right thing. He got the ball, he went to take his man on. He was bottled up, but I thought he was tripped. But Frank Scully obviously saw otherwise after moving it forward there. I think Gary opened his mouth, so it'll be a simple tap in here, I'd say, for Gary Doherty.
We have an injury down here in front of us. One of the Rathmoylan forwards is just getting a bit of tension just inside the large parallelogram to my right hand side. But early stages here, the teams are just settling down, just trying to get themselves organised. And it's a tap over free there from Gary Doherty for Rathmoylan. It's going to be a little break of play while the Rathmoylan player gets his attention. I was just speaking to Colin Brennan there on the way in, and he just asked me to give a bit of a shout out there to Sean Brennan, his nephew, if he's watching. So Sean, if you're watching, hope you're enjoying the game so far. Good to see James Cullen back here for Trim. Brian, he hasn't played too much hurling in the last year or so.
No, he's James a good hurler. He played very well the year we made it to the county final in 2018. He was very important part of that panel midfield, and last year didn't go his way on the hurling field. But it's good to see him back here today. He's been lively here in the opening minutes, and I'm sure he'll have an important role now to play as the game progresses. I'm just looking like Rathmoylan seem to be playing fairly traditional. A long ball in, much to the delight of their selector Andrew Darmody. He was part of the Westmeath panel that won the Chris Ring trophy 10 or 12 years ago. I'm unsure of the year, but I'm sure they're happy enough with their opening exchanges. But Trim would be too. They're getting their important players into the game, and it's shaping up to be a good one.
So just a recap of the score: Rathmoylan 3 points, Trim 2, and I think Stephen Mulligan he's up on his feet, but he's limping. The Rathmoylan physio is still with him, just seeing if he's okay. I'm not sure he's going to be able to continue. He's making his way towards the sideline, but anyway, we'll continue. The ball with Vinnie Ward in the middle of the field, trying to take on Gaz. Gaz does well. Gaz was excellent. Gaz stood his man up. Vincent Ward again in a physical game like hurling. That was a very soft free. I think Vinny tried to shove his man out of the way. I think I'd have let play go on there, Brian.
Yeah, I think you're right, Rory. I think it was Vinny's a big strong man. I think he just used the strength that he had to get out of the way, but it's a free in now for Trim, a chance to be created.
Davey plays the ball in towards Arnie over his head, and it's just going to go out of play. So unfortunate start there for Stephen Mulligan. He got an early score there for Rathmoylan, but he's just making his way off here, being helped off the field with a leg injury for Rathmoylan. I haven't seen a sub come on yet, but we'll give you those details. Oh, sorry, subs in the middle of the field, just giving the slip to the referee, and it's number 17, John Farrell, who's taking his place in there, moving in towards Dara Kennedy. So a long puck out here from Danny Mulligan, straight down the middle of the ground. Gaz underneath it. It goes over Gaz, goes over Keane Walsh. Dara does well, breaks the ball out. Can Keane pick up the pieces? Gaz in there swinging and fighting. Rookie in there helping him. Going to scrap the ball. Keane Walsh does very well. Comes out with the ball. He's under pressure. Works the ball towards James. James clears the ball towards Gooch's corner. Gooch coming out. But they're fighting well. And Danny Coleman and Gooch fighting well, scrapping those early balls. Simon Ennis, though, strong. Does very well. Moves the ball out to the half-back position. Another long ball in. Dara Kennedy underneath it. Can Dara get something on it? It goes over everybody's, and the umpire calls the ball wide. So I think, Brian, as you said, Rathmoylan are certainly choosing route one here all the time, so the Trim full-back lining will be wary of those long balls.
Yeah, they will have to be wary. They'll have to move in Sparky Lynch into full forward, and John Farrell has gone in here on Dara Kennedy in corner forward, so it's going to be an interesting duel now going in there.
Kevin Lennon goes there, knocks the ball down. Davey picks up the pieces, moves, looking for somebody, looking for support. It goes to Petey. They worked very well last week in the last game against Kiltale. David Morgan slightly missed that, allows Joey Toole to come out and get the ball. He's moving towards the terrace side, towards Danny Coleman. Danny picks the ball, looks for Peter in the middle, who's held the position on the 45. Peter as well, works the ball back towards Davey. Can Davey get a shot away? Yes, he can. It's in towards the goals. It's just to the right hand side and wide. But Davey and Petey working very well, combining very well. It was a feature of last week's game, so hopefully that can continue. The ball has gone short towards John Farrell. Dara goes in, a big hit on the sub, who spills the ball. Dara wins the ball, takes a hit himself, lost to Hurley, but moves it on towards Arnie. Arnie gets the ball, 4 Rathmoylan players around him. Arnie rises the tackle, plays the ball in. I think that's going to just drift to the right hand side and wide. Arnie took on the shot, but good solid play there from Dara here in front of us, Brian.
Yeah, very good play. John Farrell is a very experienced hurler. I think he has 2 or 3 county medals, and Darius will have his hands full, but he did very well there in those opening exchanges.
Puck out towards the centre forward, Vinnie Ward, but Gaz gets the ball, moves the ball off his left towards Peter. Peter needs to move a bit faster towards that ball. Simon nips in. A big long ball, another high ball in to the full forward, and this one bounces all the way through. Caleb misses it. Oh no, a disaster in front of the goals. Caleb got caught out. The ball, as he had more, I think he ended up having too much time there, Brian, and he just spilled the ball, and it was a simple tap in there for Rathmoylan.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Caleb. He's usually a solid goalie, but I'm sure that he won't let that mistake get onto him. He'll just get on with the game. So, and Trim are going to have to do the same. Ball
in the middle of the field. Trim working hard. Joey Toole got very deep, gets the ball up over the terrace side, plays the ball in. Can Arnie get something on it? It's dropping in dangerously. The ball breaks through. Lefty goes in on top of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper very strong there, Danny Mulligan. I think there's 4 Mulligans started here for Rathmoylon today, all brothers. The ball here with Jack Payne. Payne down. James Cullen does well. Rourke's got the ball. Rourke's going to run it. He's going to get hooked. No, he doesn't. He managed to get the ball half in towards Petey, but Jarlath Dennis coming out with the ball. Plays the ball into the corner again towards Keane Walsh's side, and it's number 15, Gary Doherty. Gets the ball, turns inside, get a shot away. It's a good looking ball, but it's turning to the right hand side and it's gone wide. So we've 12 and a half minutes gone here in Park Tolson. The score: Rathmoylon 1-3, Trim 2 points. Caelan just needs to steady himself after that goal. The puck out, pucks it down the right hand side of the field. It's a good ball. It's going right in towards Joey Toole. Joey breaks the ball down towards Danny, gets on the ball. Danny, a lovely pick from Danny, trying to make a bit of space, let the ball in, but there's nobody in that corner. Conor McKeown had come out to help Danny, and there was nobody there. And the ball is cleared down that far sideline in towards Vincent Ward, who's dropped off. Vincent hits a long high ball in towards there underneath it. Colin McGrath does very well. The ball breaks. James Cullen has plenty of time. He gets his puck, gets his pick, plays the ball on towards Kieran O'Rourke. It's a man closing in on him. It's Jack Payne. Kieran turns inside, finds David Murtha. And again, Trimmer working the ball around the middle of the field. They need to get the ball forward. James Cullen with a long ball in towards Arnie, but I think it's going to be too long, is it? Or is it going to hold up? No, Arnie manages to get something on it. Arnie out in the corner, looks, plays the ball across the goals, moving in, and as Gooch, but comes over to Petey. Can he get a shot away? He's blocked. Oh, he does. He gets a shot away, and he gets a goal. He takes a bit of a hit on the way, but a well-worked goal there from Trim.
That was a brilliant goal from Trim. James Cullen did excellent coming out. He won a ball here. He gave it to Rourke. Good interplay by the lads, and Arnie did very well to keep it in and play it across, and it paid dividend. But Peter seems to be hurting there. They've moved him into full forward, and he seems to be limping. I don't know if there's something wrong there. They moved Tuller out, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes on. But a very well taken goal. Good goal for Trim.
Yeah, Peter maybe picked up a bit of a leg injury or something there. As Bino said, he's moved inside to the inside, but he's finding space. Very intelligent hurler, Peter. He found some great space there, but it was a lovely ball from Arnie right in the corner. Didn't panic when he was in an awkward position and played the ball across to Peter, who buried it into the net. So 1-3 to 1-2 here with 14 minutes gone. Sideline ball here in front of us, Rathmoylon. It's John Farrell plays the ball across the field towards Trevor Healy. James Cullen going out towards him. James Cullen trying to hold his man up. Trevor Healy gets the ball away and it gets in, and it's a good looking ball, and it's gone over the bar, and that's an excellent score there from the Rathmoylon number 10, Trevor Healy. 1-4, 1-2. Okay, I'm going to puck out towards this side of the field. Rourke and Lefty underneath it. The ball is broken down, and it's John Farrell who's picking up lovely pockets of space. But this ball is going to drop short. Caelan goes off his line, does very well, gets the ball. Dara Kennedy gives him an option here in front of him. Jock Cottrell is down the line here as well. Lovely ball from Dara straight into Koch's hands. Koch goes long right down in front of Peter, but if Peter's carrying a leg injury, that's not the ball really to be playing in. The ball has to be worked into the corners. It's David Morgan coming out. I can hear Peter saying he can't move. I can hear him from here shouting over towards the Trim dugout. Joey Toole picks the ball up, pass inside to Davy. Davy works the ball, doesn't quite find his man, but Conor McKeown heads there, picks the ball, moves inside. He's looking for an option. Oh, that's not going to work. Rookie was called for the ball, but it's cut out by Trevor Healy in the middle of the field. Plays the ball, another long ball down. Keane Walsh heading back towards his own goal, but it's Gary Doherty wins the foot race, turns inside, danger here, the shot, but Keane Walsh gets a hook on it. Ball breaks, loose ball, and it's another goal. Another scrappy goal, but a goal all the same for Rathmoylon. And it's the Rathmoylon number 12, Kevin Mulligan, who finished that loose ball to the net just as the referee blows for the water break. Double scores here after 15 minutes. 2-4 Rathmoylon, 1-2 to Trim. We've got to remind ourselves, Brian, the game could slip away from Trim here now. They keep conceding goals.
Yeah, that was Gooch just got caught in possession there, and he made a bad decision. James Cullen was free outside him, and he tried to tread the eye of a needle there and gave it straight to Trevor Healy, who played it in, and Keane Walsh did very well to get a hook on Gary Doherty, and it broke to Kevin Mulligan, who in fairness finished it brilliantly. He caught it perfectly on the half volley and buried it into the net. But yeah, Rathmoylon are playing that route one ball inside, and so far it's working for them. So Trim will have to try and adapt to the play. Caelan has recovered well from that mistake, but I just see Peter here now as he would have had a big role now to play today, but it doesn't look like I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to play. He doesn't seem to be moving too well.
No, Liam Chute, the Trim physio, over just talking to Peter. Peter's struggling to get his way even his way into the Trim huddle here for the water break. I see Andy Dinan out, kind of loosening up there in the corner. he'd be an option in the forwards. The wide open spaces here in Partholton would suit Andy's pace. So the Trim management is CJ Murtagh in there, trying to. It looks fairly stern there. CJ, he's trying to get the word into the Trim players to try and lift their game. They seem to be moving the ball very well, Trim. But they have the option. They have some nice hurlers, but Rathmoylan are just route one, and it's paying dividends for them.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, Trim are moving the ball nicely in there. They need to get Arnie McGee more into the game. I think he hasn't got enough ball yet. He had a bad wide there, but the likes of him and Joey Toole, if they can try and get those lads on the ball a little bit more, they might be able to create a couple of more scores. Gooch is doing well inside there, but just the decision making in the final third is maybe letting them down a little bit. They could have maybe 2 or 3 more points on the board, but they're still well in this game.
We're ready to go here. Peter is fit to continue. Arnie also picked up a bang, but he's fit to continue too. And the ball has worked. Keane Walsh, the Trim forwards haven't quite got into their position yet. Keane Walsh launches the ball in towards Gooch. The ball breaks down. Simon Ennis picks it up, breaks through. Danny Coleman plays the ball on here. The ball's been moved down the field, and there's space again here. And it's Gary Doherty finding the space here. He's got acres of space. Plays the ball in, but I think that's drifting to the right hand side and wide. The Rathmoylan forwards finding a lot of space here in front of the Trim half, and between the half back line and the full back line. Calum, puck out towards this side. It's a bit short. Jack Payne goes to take it on a stick rather than on it in his hand. The ball, John Farrell steps over. It gives Koch the chance to get the ball up. Moves it on towards the lefty. It doesn't quite get there. The ball comes off Jared Ennis's stick and over the line. I don't know how Rathmoylan are disputing that. And it looks like Peter is unable to continue. Barney, Stephen Doyle is coming on, and I presume it's going to be Peter Farrell that's making his way off down the far end. Yeah, Stephen moving in towards the full forward line here. Peter's just going to go over the end line here and make his way off the pitch. So Peter Farrell replaced here after picking up a leg injury after 18 minutes. Barney is on. David Murtagh with the sideline ball here in front of the dugouts. A low ball, but it's going to be picked up there in the middle of the field by Jared Ennis. Jared gets the pick in the second time. Arnie with a good hook. The ball is worked inside. Can Joey get something on it? Jared gets clear the ball. Here we go towards Dara Kennedy again. Dara loves it well, holds his ground, reads the ball well, gets the catch. He's under a bit of pressure as he makes his way towards the sideline. Gets a ball across towards Jack Cottrell. Goes over the line, and Koch slips in front of us here on the bit of concrete here in front of the main tunnel in Partholton. But he's okay, and he's back in the position. John Farrell here, right on the halfway line, the sideline ball for Rathmoylan. Reminder of the score: 2-4 Rathmoylan, 1-2 the Trim. 19 and a half minutes gone. Plays the ball. Dave should pick this up. Farrell went the inside ball. Dave Murtagh read it well. Works the ball across here. James Cullen and Jack Cottrell have switched sides. James gone off to the right hand side. Jack to this near side. The ball is then played, a big high ball in towards Gooch. Gooch breaks it down. Danny Coleman picks it up, breaks the line, pops the ball off to Barney. Joey Toole it is. Joey Toole moving in on the far side, gets a shot away and over the bar, and a well worked score there from Trim. Danny Coleman did very, very well. Gooch did well initially, broke the long ball in. Danny Coleman picked it up, popped it off to Joey, who made a bit of space for himself and slotted the ball over the bar. Miss hit here and comes straight back to Danny Coleman again. Danny gets blocked. He's fighting there hard with the ball with Keane Keogh. Keane comes out with the ball this time, gets by him, does very well, and he's been fouled. I think he was fouled a bit earlier. Another Rathmoylan player been helped off the field here in front of us. I can't see what number that is. It is Stephen. I beg your pardon. No, Stephen looks in injury, and he's making his way down towards the gate to be taken away. That's nasty looking injury there for Stephen. I hope he's okay. Simon Ennis with a free just inside his own 65. Plays a long ball in. I think it's going to make it. It's going to go over the bar, and it does right over the black spot, and that's a super score from Simon Ennis. That's his second score of the afternoon. Rathmoylan 2-5, Trim 1-3.
Yeah, just a rough looking injury there for Stephen Mulligan. I hope his boss Gordon Elliott is watching, and I hope make sure he's okay. Can be back to work now very shortly. Great puck out from Calum right down the middle of the ground. David goes up lefty, but the ball breaks. Arnie is there, coming towards the near sideline. Arnie gets down low, gets his pick. People looking for runners. Goes to the crossfield ball again. It's a great ball. Joey Toole knocks it down in front of him. Can he get onto the possession? He does. On his left hand side, plays a low ball in towards Barney. Barney picks in front of the goal, turns inside. Can he get a shot away? Steve, he gets hooked, and the ball comes to Kevin Lennon. Lennon breaks in. Can he get a shot away? The ball is deflected on the goal, and it's gone in. A scrappy enough finish, but they all count. And Joey
Joey Toole had the option to take the easy point. Saw Stephen Doyle had pulled away from his man, played the low ball in, and in the ball was kept alive. Kevin Lennon followed it in and finished it into the net. 2-5, Rathmoylan 2-3 to Trim. 22 minutes gone. Ball is clear towards the middle of the field. Just goes past David Murtha. He's there for the second ball. Works with Jack Payne. Sets himself. There's a good ball in, and it's going to just go to the left hand side, and it's gone wide. So Trim have bounced back each time Rathmoylan have got a goal. Trim have managed to bounce back, and we've another Trim player down in the middle of the field. And it's Joey, is it? I think Joey will be all right. Of course, the veteran of this Trim team. He's okay, fit to continue. Caleb with a puck out towards the right hand side. Kieran O'Rourke with an excellent catch. Gets by two Rathmoylan players. Takes on Simon Nennis. He's still going. Simon gets a little bit of flick on it. Kieran has needs for support now. There's 3 men around him, but Kieran keeps going. He brushes out the player. This time he hand passes the ball towards David Murtha. David gets the pick. Runs inside. David. Another goal from Trim. What a fantastic score. What a fantastic score there from Trim. David Murtha finishes the ball to the net, but that was all about Kieran O'Rourke, who fielded the high ball, waltzed through about 4 or 5 Rathmoylan challenges, popped the ball onto Dave, and Dave finished brilliantly to the net. Dara Kennedy comes out, Vinnie Ward hits him, but Dara stands up, plays the ball on left. He plays a fantastic ball in towards Barney. Barney turns inside. He gets the ball's half blocked, but it's dangerous ball across the goals. Arnie is there. Can Arnie get something on it? Danny Coleman has started very, very well, and so is Gooch. Gooch does well, knocks the ball out. He's running towards Simon Ennis in. Simon, stronger man, just helps Gooch out of the way and clears the ball away, and it's Jack Payne finds a bit of space here inside his own 65. Davey closes him down. Jack Payne plays a long route one ball again down. Colin McGrath. The 2 men went up for it, but Dara Kennedy does well, reads the ball. Dara Kennedy did well in a sweeping roll. The ball broke John Farrell, but he was under pressure. Dara was there, and Dara just a little bit winded, just needs to catch his breath. So we 24 minutes gone, a very exciting game here in Páirc Tailteann. Rathmoylan 2-5, Trim 3-3. Short puck out towards Gary Fleming, under pressure from Vinnie Ward. Gary jinks right, jinks left, pops the ball over the top to Jack Cottrell here in front of the space. Jack gathers, plays the ball right down the middle of the field. Can Barney get something on it? Right down in front of Stephen Doyle. Stephen Doyle grabs it, turns, and he just pushes the ball to the left hand side. But Trim, a bit of route one there from Trim, Brian.
Yeah, it's been an excellent response from Trim since the water break. They've been playing great stuff. Stephen Doyle has come on there, and he's after winning 2 brilliant balls inside, and we've scored 2 brilliant goals. So, and hopefully now this run can continue. Kieran O'Rourke and Davey are starting to come into the game more at midfield, and the half forward line are starting to get on top now. It's a good response from Trim. Davey
with another good ball in. Stephen Doyle comes out again. The ball deflects inside. It's picked up. I think it's going to be a free out here. No, play on. The ball comes to Simon Ennis. Simon Ennis into it. Jack Cottrell underneath it. Jack does. He missed it. It goes over his head. John Farrell comes out, and it's the number 12 for Rathmoylan, Kevin Mulligan. The ball comes, breaks well on Koch. Does very, very well towards Gary Fleming. Gary is layering. He's struggling with his leg. I think he'll have to be replaced. Joey misses the ball, but James Cullen is there. James needs to get down over it. James. Gaz does get there eventually. Goes through. He's bottled up. Kicks the ball along the ground. Kevin Lennon comes out, does very well, gets taken out of it surely. The Trim sideline here in front of us are encouraging the referee to award a free for Trim. Kevin Lennon does very well and puts his man down, and this time very dramatic fall on the ground by James Cullen, but the referee awards the free. This time it was the Rathmoylan people behind us who were giving out that time. Gaz looks a bit in trouble there, Brian. I think he might have to be replaced.
Yeah, he pulled up with a hamstring last week, and he's starting to labour a little bit there. But that was a very strange part of the play. Of all the frees that could have been given in that, he gave that one, which was probably the softest of them all. It was a very strange decision from Frank Scully, but Arnie is lining this one up, and he slots it beautifully. Arnie, yeah, lovely score.
Beautiful ball from Arnie there. The ball started out towards the post here and drifted in towards and right over the goal, and it's Arnie's second point. Having said that, Gary is stretching himself there, trying to work his leg out. Trim haven't got a sub ready just yet. The ball goes in over Keane Walsh, not for the first time, and the man's going down, bats it in towards the goals. Dara Kennedy is there, deflects it down. Keane just got caught out a little bit there, and it was Gary Doherty bearing in towards the goals. I saw Sean Colgan here in front of me slamming his hurley that he has in his hand into the ground in frustration there. But the ball is going out for a 65 here. Everyone just catching their breath. Joey Toole drifting back in there to help the Trim defence. I'm just keeping an eye here on Gary Fleming. Seems to be moving a little bit looser there now in the last minute or two. He seems to be hobbling, so hopefully he can see this game out. 65 almost in the centre of the pitch here for Rathmoylan. 27 minutes on the clock in the first half. Ball's on its way. It's straight and it's through, and it's another score for Gary Doherty. Another score for Rathmoylan. Caelan with the puck out. Bounces over everybody. Joey Toole gets the ball. He's looking for Davy to run off his shoulder. Joey gets bottled up, couldn't get the ball away, but managed to kick it out towards James Cullen. James and Simon Ennis fighting hard for the ball. The ball comes to Joey. Oh, lovely pick from Joey, and he's away. He's working towards the goals. Simon Ennis works his way back, but Gooch is there. Gooch picks it up. Oh, tried to be too clever there, I think, rather than getting a shot away. And the ball is worked clear here from Rathmoylan, and it's out to number 3. I think it's David Morgan. Plays another route 1 ball straight down the middle of the ground. Colin McGrath does well, clears the ball, but John Farrell is there on the pick up, on the breaking ball, and he puts the ball to the left hand side and wide. Caelan just taking his time. Caelan just taking his time here, letting the Trim players get back into position. He hits straight down the middle of the field towards Kevin Lennon. Kieran Rourke's there looking for the breaking ball. It breaks, but it breaks the wrong side. Lefty is there. Ball comes down, and Lefty as well moves it on. Sean Mulligan was in there as well, but Kieran O'Rourke did eventually get the pick up. Nearly gets the head taken off him, but plays it on towards Lefty. Lefty goes on, and he does. And yeah, Kieran O'Rourke was fouled. The referee didn't have his hand up. I wasn't sure that he was playing advantage, but he obviously was. He didn't have the hand up, but Kieran O'Rourke was fouled as he ran through, and it's going to be a free just between the 45 and the 65 metre lines here. Arnie has come out to take the free, but Trim are fighting very hard here, Brian.
Yeah, they are. They're playing good stuff there. Rourke is really growing into the game here at midfield. He's having a super game. Every time he gets the ball, he's going at them, and he's winning the frees. And much to the delight of the management team, I'm sure. It's Joey Toole there. Simon Ennis was playing. Had a very good opening quarter, but Joey is starting to come out at the centre forward, and it's kind of taking Simon out of the game a little bit, and it's kind of halting Rathmoylan's momentum. So hopefully now Arnie can put this over and put a bit more daylight between the teams, and he does.
He puts it over the bar, over the net, over the fence, over the hospital and everything, but it's between the posts, which is the most important thing. So it's another score. Arnie's 3rd, Trim's 5th. So it's 3-5 Trim, 2-6 Rathmoylan. In the ball under it, Davy underneath, it goes over, but James Cullen very cleverly anticipated that ball. Lovely ball inside towards Dave. Dave knocks it out in front of him, just doesn't quite get the pick, but moves it along the ground in towards Stephen Doyle. Oh, lovely pick, Barney. Oh, doesn't quite come into his hand. He's under fair. It's a great battle going on there, but he gets on the second attempt, looks for position, over his shoulder, plays the ball in. I think that let's go over the bar. What a score! What a score there from Stephen Doyle.
Let's go from Barney.
But it was intelligent play there from James Cullen. Gave the ball to a man in a bad position. Davy moved it on, and Barney did very well. Gaz picks up the puck out in front of us, plays it off his left. Down at Arnie McGee's having a great game. Arnie is there, the ball breaks. Joey Toole, can he get there in front of Simon Ennis? He gets the ball, moves it along. Simon goes in hard. The ball breaks there. Kevin Lennon picks it up, does very well under pressure. Oh, he pops the ball. Oh, Joey hadn't got his hurley picked up. Jack Payne is back, and Joey is adjudged to the foul. A little bit harsh. Joey adjudged to foul Jack Payne, and it's going to be a free for Rathmoylan, and Simon Ennis getting himself ready to take the free. A bit of sportsmanship there from Joey. He led on to pull up his socks or fix his boots or something right in front of the free taker. The referee wasn't having any of it. He's moving the ball on, and as well as that, he's going to book Joey Toole. He's going to book Joey Toole. I think Joey had a little pop on him earlier on as well at the ref, so I think the referee's patience has finally run out here. David Murtha in with his arm around Joey's shoulder there, trying to get him to calm down. James Cullen just shouting at the Trim defence there to get their way back, to get their shape again. But the referee is bringing the ball forward, so it's going to be just inside the 65, almost in the halfway line here. Simon Ennis has already slotted 2 of these long range frees in the opening half. We're 31 and a half minutes here into the first half. Trim 3 points in the lead, 3-6, 2-6. Simon Ennis was free here from the halfway line. It's a good looking ball in towards the goals. It's going to drop short this one, I think, is it? Oh, it's going to the goals.
It's over the bar first.
Oh, and another scrappy goal there from another scrappy goal here from Rathmoylan. That's three scrappy goals Rathmoylan have got in the first half. A free drop short. Caelan went up. Maybe he would have let it go over the bar. It seemed to drop off a stick and somehow or another dribble into the goals. Ball here in the middle of the field. It's number 5 for Rathmoylan, Jarlath Ennis, under pressure. Kevin, lefty in there. I don't know what's going on. The referee calls to the ball. I think he's going to throw this ball in here. Everybody was on the ground in a heap, but it's the referee. Ball on the Rathmoylan 65. Kevin Lennon in here for Trim. Ball, referee throws the ball in. It breaks for Jack Payne. Danny Coleman in there fighting Davy with a big hit on him as well, and it's moving out this way. Davy in strong, great challenge from Davy. The ball breaks and Vinnie Ward down low. Vinnie with a lovely pick, picks the ball into his left hand side. Gaz gets a half a block on him, but it moves in towards towards Colin McGrath. It goes over Colum's head. Dara reads the play, sweeps up, plays the ball out towards James Cullen. James under a bit of pressure here, tries to move the ball along. Trevor Healy came in off Trevor and over the line. The referee blows the half-time whistle. 33 minutes gone. The score tied here, 3-6 apiece. Brian, just a little bit of indecision there in front of the in the goals there for in front of the goals here from Trim. That's 2 goals that they've conceded.
Yeah, very unlucky there from Caelan. Like he was caught in 2 minds as to whether to let the ball go over the bar or to put a stick and stop him from going over. And he put the stick up and it just ricocheted off it. And I don't know what happened. I think it might have hit him in the helmet and went into the net. But it's keeping Rathmoylan in the game. Trim are probably on top here in the opening half. They're moving forward. They're probably dominating the midfield. As I said, Simon Ennis was controlling the game for Rathmoylan starting off, but ever since Joey Tulis gone out, he's kind of taken him out of the game. And Barney Doyle has had a great game since he come in a full forward. He's winning everything that goes in there. He scored a beautiful point. And they're really starting to go into the game now, Trim. So hopefully now with the scores tied, they can kick on now. They'll have the assistance of the wind in the second half, but at the moment I'd be quite happy with the Trim performance.
Yeah, so Rathmoylan started lively, but Trim managed to play themselves into the game. David Murtha and Kieran were working on some lovely ball and were working the ball into the forwards, and they took their scores. But they just that scrappy goal just before half time. A great time for Rathmoylan, of course, to get a goal, but an awful time for Trim to concede one. So hopefully Trim will be able to regroup here at half time and come back out fighting in the second half. We'll take a little break here now, and maybe a bit of music, James, if you have music on your phone there, and we'll take a little break and we'll be back to you now in a couple of minutes.
Tell me what to do. They just make me think of you. Memories of when I was strong and all the things that I did wrong. Don't tell me how to think, tell me how to swim. Makes me think of all your sins. I can go out all night, staying all day. It doesn't change a word of the things that I may say. Well, you fought your fight, saw your day. Well, I know the sun can bring out the rain. Well, kind of rain that don't wash away the rain. Stories that could build a wall, 10 or 15 stories tall. Won't tell you when to fold, I'll tell you when to call. Might not say anything at all. burns like gasoline, burning down all your dreams. Don't hand you a cigarette, won't even let you get close. No, it'll still let you choke. I can go out all night, staying all day. Doesn't change a word of the things that I may say. Well, you fought your fight, you saw your day. Well, I know the sun can bring out the rain. Well, the kind of rain that don't wash away anything. Eyes to see for miles out, praying for another drought. Don't tell me how to cry, but give me a reason why. The eyes that haven't seen the land go dry. Well, I can go out all night, staying all day. Doesn't change a word of the things that I may say. Well, you fought your fight, saw your day. Well, I know the sun can bring out the rain. Yeah, I know the sun can bring out the rain. Well, I know the sun can bring out the rain. Kind of rain that don't wash away anything. It don't wash away anything. No, it don't wash away anything. Oh, it don't wash away anything.
Oh, Caleb, good lad.
I don't need that now because of the clock here. Welcome back. Second half here. Players just taking their position. Just a reminder of the score. It's 3-6 apiece. Gary Fleming, last man to make his way back. He was getting some intensive treatment there at half time in the Trim physio. I just had a word with Peter Farrell there during the half-time break, and it was a freak injury. Peter picked up on the way into the ground. He was coming into the stand here in Navan to get changed to go to the pitch, and he slipped and twisted his ankle before the game had even started. So freak. Anyway, the ball is thrown in. Rathmoylan have moved Jared Ennis to midfield. Jared, he wins the ball, and it's more mouthing here from Trim, and the referee moves the ball up again. Oh, we don't want any of that indiscipline here. Going to cost Trim here this afternoon. Gary Doherty again with a free, front of the post, strikes the ball well and strikes the ball through, and that's the opening score of the second half. And that's a free. Gary Doherty, that's Gary's third free of the afternoon, third point of the afternoon. Caleb with the puck out. He goes long and high down towards Kieran O'Rourke. Rourke goes up with Joey Toole. Joey breaks down towards his own goal, but turns around, plays the ball back towards Jack Cottrell. Jack chips the ball forward, but it was a bit of a chip pass there rather than a low pass to the forward, and it's picked up here by Jarlath Ennis. Comes inside, works the ball out to the number 8, Sean Mulligan, who seems to drop to the half back line. Lefty gets a bit of a hook on his man, and Simon Ennis coming out with the ball. Simon gets a second chance, plays a good ball in here in front of the Rathmoylan full forward. He turns down. There's a well played there by who's that? Sparky. Sparky plays the ball in. McCaleb as well this time, comes off his line, gets fouled. referee has his hand out this time for advantage, but the play continues. Dara clears the ball down the line towards Kevin Lennon. Lennon goes up hard, catches his man. There's a bit of an injury. I don't think the referee's calling a foul there. I think he's just going to check on the Rathmoylan player. No real breeze. A slight breeze maybe favouring Trim here, Brian, in the second half, but it's not a huge factor in the game.
No, it's not a big factor in the game. It seems to it's blowing down towards the O'Mahony's end here, but it's not going to affect it. It didn't affect Gary Doherty anyway with the first opening score of the half. And I see now, I think it's Sean Mulligan is down now with a bang in the head, but two lads going for the ball. It'll be a throw in and he'll get on with it. But yeah, hopefully now that the Trim can just start to keep the head like Joey is, letting the referee get into his head a little bit. Just need to calm down a little bit when we concede a few frees, and because we don't want to allow Rathmoylan to go in and tap over a couple of easy ones. So hopefully they'll learn from that. Having a chat with Lefty. The referee's having a chat with Lefty here, is he? I
see that. I think I don't think there's anything going on there. No, you're right, Brian's going to start with a throw ball here. So Joey Toole in here between with Jack Payne for Rathmoylan. Ball thrown in. Players go at it on the ground from the right. Rookie picks up the ball, does very well, runs the shackle. He's got the advantage. Rookie's playing a super game here, pops the ball on towards Davy, but I think the referee will call it back. Yeah, Rookie tried to play Davy in. He was playing an advantage. So and what's becoming a feature of the game here today, every time a free is awarded, somebody seems to be offering their opinion to the referee, and the referee is moving the ball forward. So Arnie now has a simpler free. It's on the 45-yard line. I think you want to get word out here on the ring road here in the far side of the town here in Navan, the Dublin Road here. This ball, where the ball can end up. Arnie picks it, drives it a mile into the air, and the umpires consult and award the free. So that's Arnie's fourth score of the afternoon, and we're tied up again, 3-7 apiece. 3.5 minutes gone in the second half. Danny Mulligan, puck out for Rathmoylan. Lefty's had a strong game there in the position. Davy picks up a lovely ball there in the middle of the field under pressure, pops the ball on. Yes, it gets through there towards Gaz. Trevor Healy picks the ball up for Rathmoylan. He's playing a good game too. Plays a nice ball down the line. Keane Walsh and Gary Doherty go with the ball. And free. James Cullen came in and a free awarded in there for Rathmoylan. So another opportunity here for Gary Doherty. 4 minutes gone, second half. Gary Doherty with the free. Plays it in, he's missed it on the near side here. Umpire waves it wide. Caleb encouraged to hit the ball down this near side. It comes this way. Joey Toole goes in. Joey goes in with a fantastic catch. 2 or 3 men around him. Joey tries to move the ball on, but he gets turned over. Trevor Healy moves the ball on towards Vinnie Ward. Vinnie Ward gets inside Gaz, moves in, pops the ball on. The ball's on the ground. Gaz gets a foot on it, clears the ball. Keane Walsh misses his hand pass. Goes back to Vinnie Ward. James Cullen puts him under pressure. Davy's in there. Davy comes away with the ball. Does very well onto Rookie. Rookie misses the pick. Needs to get his pick. Gets down. 2 or 3 men around him. Looks like he was fouled. Gets his body over the ball. They're all in there fighting. A bit of definitely a chop there from James Cullen. The referee gets away with it. Jack Payne comes away with the ball. The referee blows a very puzzling decision there. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Okay. The referee originally pointed as a free for Trim, but it was a mistake of the referee. He was pointing in the wrong direction. The free has been awarded for a foul on Jack Payne. His jersey was pulled as he tried to break away from that ruck. And it's a free in for Rathmoylan. Gary Doherty steadies himself. Bends. This is a better one, I think. No, this one's going wide again. So that's two missed opportunities. Two missed opportunities early in the second half there from frees for Rathmoylan. So Trim need to just get themselves back into the game here. Caelan with a lovely ball down the middle of the field. Can Dave get there? The ball bounces in front of him, it breaks through. First man, but Danny Coleman picks the ball up under pressure, tries to get the ball out here towards Rookie. Rookie in front of it, goes down low, picks it, takes his man on, then turns inside, off his left, plays the ball across to Joey Toole. Joey was called Davey, but Joey managed to get a stick on it. Joey under a bit of pressure, maybe that ball I think was intended for Dave, but Joey still has the ball going. He gets down, lovely ball, plays it back to Rookie. Rookie didn't take a shot on, works the ball back. This time the ball comes back to Davey. Davey gets a shot away, and it's going to just drop a little bit short. It does, and it drops wide. Trim were operating under the pressure there. Maybe a couple of options there, Brian. Wrong options taken. They should have taken the shots earlier.
Yeah, Rourke got a ball here from Tuller just up the line here, and he had a perfect chance to hit it first time, and he took it into the contact, and hopefully that doesn't come back now to haunt Trim, but the exchanges are a bit scrappy at the start of this half. Nerves are probably starting to come into it now.
Ball played in here from Rathmoylan, worked the ball down the right hand side of the field. Dara Kennedy as well plays the ball. Oh, the ball goes through guys on the Vinnie Ward. Vinnie Ward bearing down the goal, takes the ball in the stick, pops the ball inside, but James Colin McGrath does very well, intercepted. Gaz gets back, but Gaz misses pick under pressure. Gaz gets it away the left hand side towards Dara Kennedy. Dara all over the back of his man. The referee could award a free here. The ball is still there, and they're playing on. Jack Cottrell gets a hand in on the ball. Davies there helping out. Koch comes out with the ball under all sorts of pressure, tries to find Dara, looked like a push in the back. Referee blows the whistle, and a free out to Trim. But it was good battling the Trim defence, Brian.
Yeah, they're playing very well, the Trim backs. Gary Fleming got caught there with the ball, and Vincent Ward was clean in for Rathmoylan. He tried to put it over the top towards Sparky, but Colin McGrath very well intercepted, and I know it was a poor clearance out now, but they did well now to fight back and win the ball back for that free. They're playing very well, the Trim defence. Dara Kennedy there is having a solid game at cornerback, and as much as Koch and Colin McGrath and James Cullen, they're all kind of coming into the game. Although you might seem a bit funny the way that we've conceded 3 goals, but they're battling well back there. So I think Frank Scully's moving this one forward now as well.
Yeah, and he's after issuing another yellow card for Mountain to John Farrell, the Rathmoylan sub. So Davey was going to take that ball, but now that's been moved forward. Trim are waiting for Arnie to come out, and so Arnie comes all the way out from the full forward line. He's inside his own half. He's about 10 yards. He's about 10 yards, 15 yards inside his own half. He certainly has the range.
Are you coming or are you going? 3-7 apiece, and the 8 minutes gone.
Arnie. Oh, it's actually, he mishit it. It's actually going to drop short. Can Barney get something on it? No, the Rathmoylan vessel. When the ball drops to Joey the Tuller, and Tuller finishes to the net. Oh, a fortunate goal there for Trim, but they probably deserved that after conceding a couple of scrappy goals in the first half. So that's goal on the point now for Joey Toole. Trim 4-7, Rathmoylan 3-7. The ball here, James Cullen, the ball on the ground. Rookie in there again. Rookie does very, very well. Moves the ball back towards his own goal, just can't get it up. Gaz is there behind him, but Rookie does eventually get it up. Swivels, plays the little short ball to James Cullen from him. James, a lovely pick, delivers the ball in towards, can Arnie get a hand on it? Arnie, the ball goes in, it breaks inside towards Barney. Barney picks the ball up, he's got options, he's got runners, plays the ball out to Kevin Lennon. Oh, his head gets taken off him. The advantage is played. Kevin continues, but there's no advantage coming his way, and the referee calls the ball back. But a lovely bit of passage of play there again from Trim. Stephen Doyle having a great game in full forward there, Brian.
He's absolutely flying in there, Barney. Every ball that goes into him, it's a ball. The ball is like a magnet to his hand. He can't. Everything he does is turn and touching the goal. Just going back to the goal there, beautifully read by Tuller. The ball was coming in. He had the cuteness to come out onto the edge of the square, pop beautifully into his hand, and that's experience there. And he finished it brilliantly to the net. And I think Trim deserved that goal, as you said, after the scrappy goals that they've conceded. They deserve to get a stroke of luck.
Arnie might go for this. He fancies it. He picks it up. No, he takes his point. Puts the ball. I don't know where he put that ball. It went over the bar, but it certainly ended up somewhere in the boyne, I'd say. That's Arnie's 5th point this afternoon. Trim are playing very, very well here this afternoon. 4-8 to Trim, 3-7 Rathmoylan. 10.5 minutes gone, second half. Ball goes in. Dara swings at it. The ball gets his way through. Vinnie Ward's free in the middle of the park, but Rookie is there. Rookie does very, very well. Ships a big tackle. Vinnie Ward's a big man, but Rookie did very well. They bottle him up. He pops the ball in towards Trevor. Dara Kennedy breaks the ball away, and the ball's moved. Gaz, oh, lovely bit of stick work from Gaz. Twice knocks the ball into James Cullen. James just doesn't get his pick, but he gets it onto a stick. He moves it along the ground, just inside Danny Coleman. Here in front of us here, Cian Keogh with the yellow helmet here for Rathmoylan, pops the ball inside to Vinnie Ward. A long ball in towards the goals. Is it going to make it? It's a fine score from Vinnie Ward from the middle of the field. I think that's Vinnie's first score of the day. It is, but it's a fine score there for Rathmoylan. I think we're in for a good second half here, Brian.
Yeah, it's the game has opened up now ever since Trim got that goal, and the plays now, the hits are starting to flow now, and it's looking like it's going to be a good finish as Tuller goes for this one.
Danny gets a hand on it, but it breaks again to Tuller. Tuller picks it up a second time. The call is from Barney. He plays the ball down the line towards Barney. It just goes by Barney's hand and goes across the end line. Rathmoylan looking to start quickly here. Danny Mulligan with a puck out. Plays the ball. I hear the call. Lefty gets a stick on it. Breaks it down. Does very, very well. Can he get his pick? He can. He's surrounded by men. But again, the Trim players are taking the right option every time. Plays the ball towards Jack Cottrell. In front of Barney again. The ball hops. Barney lets it go by him. Danny Coleman making a great run in the middle of the field. If Barney can see him. Barney bears down on the goal. Flicks the ball in towards the goal. Across the goal, and it just goes wide. Danny made a great run. Barney got in along the end line, tried to move the ball across in front of Danny, but it was just in front of him too far, and Danny missed the ball and it got over the line. Jack Payne picks up the resulting puck out, plays it down. Colin McGrath deflects it away from John Farrell. Jack Cottrell is down under pressure towards his own goal, gets a lovely pick, looks for the hand pass to Colin McGrath, was under a bit of pressure. I'm sure that ball was played along the ground. Anyway, John Farrell picks the ball up. We've got number 10 Trevor Healy's inside. He takes the ball nicely on a stick and he finishes nicely. A very tidy score there from Rathmoylan. 3-9 Rathmoylan, 4-8 to Trim. Trim 2 points up, 12 and a half minutes gone, second half. Caelan with the puck out. Right down the middle of the ground. It's Davey. It's gone by Davey, but he does very well. He didn't look like he had any business getting there. He gets a stick on it to move it along the ground. 3 men around and Davey into the back of Jack Payne, and that's going to be a free. It's a free all day long. Just Jack, if Jack's sister Sophia is watching. Hiya, Sophia. 13 minutes gone here, second half. Simon Ennis to free. I think this might be just out of his range here, Brian, with the breeze into his face here. He scored a few in this first half, and I'd be surprised if he makes the range here.
I'd be surprised, but it'll probably land in dangerously. It's on its way in there. It could be dangerous.
Dangerous ball dropping into the square to go. Kieran O'Rourke. Kieran O'Rourke is absolutely everywhere. The ball comes up. There's got to be a free out here. It's got to be a free out. The Trim defence bottle up the Rathmoylan forwards. The ball worked well, and that's played wide, and that's Kevin Mulligan. That was excellent defence. Kieran O'Rourke was back there again. Kieran O'Rourke's been absolutely everywhere. Didn't quite jumped up to catch the ball. It deflected out of his hand, but the ball bounced around, but the Trim defence stood firm, and the ball went wide. Rathmoylan seem to have a spare player here, dropping the player back for their puckouts, for the Trim puckouts. But so Trim are looking to play the ball towards the wing, should I say. Joey comes in. Oh, what an amazing catch by Joey Toole right here in front of us. Joey turns around, looks to play O'Rourke, under hits the ball slightly to Gaz. Gaz has to go in on the ground. Vinnie Ward goes in and Gaz, strong challenge. Gaz Gaz is going to get booked there. Gaz had no stick. Vinnie Ward picked the ball, tried to get away, and Gaz cynically just tripped him. I think Joey would have been better playing that ball to Rourke, I think, rather than back to Gaz. Brian Rourke was making a good run down the middle of the field.
Yeah, I thought that was the ball on, and then he miscued it back to Gary, and he's after. That's twice now. Tudor's come out. He's after making 2 brilliant catches. He's starting to come more into the game, but he just his decision making on the final ball just twice now has given it away, and Gary there, unfortunately, he was left with no choice there in order to foul Vincent Ward. He probably would have caused a bit of damage. So now Gary has missed the last 2 frees here for Rathmoylan, which wouldn't be like him. So it'd be interesting to see how this one goes.
So about 55 metres out, Gary Doherty picks the ball up. This looks better. This was better. I think this one's over the bar. It is indeed. 3-10 Rathmoylan, 4-8 Trim. It's a 1 point game halfway through the second half. The water rate will be coming up now shortly.
Michael Cole warming up. Water break.
Has he called the water break? He has. So the game is very delicately poised here, halfway through the second half. Trim forwards again are looking very, very well. They're moving the ball very, very well, Brian. I'm very impressed with the ball. It's always been given to the man in the better position.
It's been given to the man in the better position, absolutely. Just I wonder now for the last couple of minutes. They've only scored 1-1 in the second half. It'd be interesting now to see how they adapt to the play in the last couple of minutes. Will they encourage more shooting from distance with the wind, try and tag on and just try and keep that lead in front, and maybe just hold it out at the back? It'll be interesting now to see how the game unfolds for the last couple of minutes. Joey Toole there and Kieran O'Rourke are really coming into the game. They're playing brilliant stuff. Davy's lively enough. And Stephen Doyle again, he got a brilliant ball. He ran in the end line there, and Danny Coleman made an excellent run in across the square. All he had to do was flick it to him, and he went for the one-handed kind of finish, and I don't know what happened. He just miscued and it went off wide. But I see Rathmoylan now are warming up 3-time Jubilee Cup winner Mick Cole to come into the play, so maybe his experience could be what they're looking for. But it's going to be a very interesting last quarter now. 15 minutes to go, point game.
So the Trim management are getting the ball. I think the only thing they're just trying to encourage one or two of the defenders to maybe to clear the ball a little bit quicker, clear the lines a little bit quicker, because the Trim are finding the space here when they get the ball down the field. Rathmoylan are moved right into the far corner, so we can't hear what's been said to them. So a very quick turnaround here. Trim encouraged from their management team. I see Decky Murray in there, CJ Murtha, John Andrews, Sean Colgan, right brain Struss here, helping, encouraging the Trim guys. So the players make their way back out. It's going to be a puck out for Trim. Rathmoylan seems to be dropping the player back here for the number 10 here for Rathmoylan. For the Trevor Healy seems to be leaving and just dropping here for the Trim puck out, try and cut out those balls towards Joey Toole.
Yeah, he's been dropped in as a sweeper, maybe to take Joey out of the game. So, but Trim will have a spare player, so they need to make use of it. Rourke looking like spare here in the wing as Caleb looks from.
A positional change here for Trim. We'll talk you through in a minute, but the ball drops short to Kieran O'Rourke. Ball down the line. This is the change on about Gaz. Comes out in front. Surely he got tripped. Surely he was tripped. Anyway, the change is that James Cullen has gone to the centre back. Kevin Lennon has moved back to wing back, and Gary Fleming has moved into corner forward, and Conor McKeown has moved out to wing forward. So I hope you can manage to follow all those changes. But it's James Cullen on Vincent Ward is the battle that's going to be the one that will determine this game, I feel. The quick sideline ball there from Rathmoylan, it didn't work out. Went across the sideline, and it's going to be a Trim ball here right in front of us. David Murtha places the ball. Joey Toole back to the ball in front of us there, but Joey plays a lovely ball in. Can Gaz get something on it? There's 2 or 3 men around him. Gaz falls to the ground and he gets a soft free. I think he was fouled the last time. I'm not quite sure that time.
Yeah, maybe he's making up for it, but he had 2 lads on his back. I think Frank Scully had no other option to award that now. Arnie now, Trim need a score here. They haven't scored in the last couple of minutes. Arnie, I'm sure, will put a bit of snow on this one now and make sure it goes over the bar.
Tricky angle for Arnie here. Picks. Holy God. It's gone over the bar and over practically everything else in County Meath.
It's in Dundee, I think, that one.
But the most important thing is that's Arnie's 6th point. That's Arnie's 6th point of the afternoon. The puck out goes low towards Jack Payne. He gets in front of Jack Cottrell. He's got a runner off his shoulder. It's a good run here from Simon Ennis. Steadies himself. Launches a long ball. Dangerous ball in. Colin McGrath underneath it for Trim. The ball is well taken here. But Colin McGrath absolutely fighting so well. The ball is broken and Cian Walsh comes out with it this time. Cian Walsh is under a bit of pressure. Tries to kick it away. Just gets bottled up. Colin McGrath playing a super game here in the full back line for Trim. Eventually clears his lines. Down here towards Conor McKeown. Goes over Connor's head. Jack Cottrell runs onto the ball. Gets down low. Picks it up. Plays the ball along the line towards Gaz. Gaz, it breaks inside. Simon Ennis gets the ball. Joey puts a big hit on him, but Simon rides it. Comes away. Barney is there. Barney puts him under pressure. The ball's moved to Jarlath Ennis. Jarlath moving through the middle of the field. 3 Trim players around him. Can Tuller get to him? No. Jarlath pulling away. Rourke trying to get there. Rourke steps across him, and again a soft free in the context of the game. The player seemed to be Jarlath made a lovely run through the middle of the field. Seemed to have lost his footing. Seemed to run out of ideas. Kind of fell to the ground and won a free.
I think that's a very harsh decision. Rourke did nothing wrong there. He only stood his ground, and Jarlath tried to flick the ball over him, and he ran into him. You know, I don't really understand what that's all about there now, but you know, he's after moving it forward again. Look, Tuller is mouthing it, and this could come back to haunt Trim now. You know, this goes in. It's only a point game, and you know it really should be clear daylight now between the sides, because Trim are doing most of the hurling. You know.
So it's a much simpler free now following that indiscretion. Joey Toole. Joey on a minus, he's on a yellow card already, and Gary Doherty makes no mistake there. Pops the ball over the bar. 3-11 Rathmoylan, 4-9 Trim. 20 minutes gone, second half. The Trim management here shouting at Joey Toole, trying to get him to calm down. It's just sub here. Bino, is that Mickey Cole after coming in there?
Yeah, that's Mick Cole after coming on there
for Gary Doherty, who was the fraud. He was doing well. He was scoring 4 points. And he was coming off. Gaz calls for that ball. 3 men around. The ball breaks through. Can Joey get something on it? He's surrounded. He works it out. Joey needs to get the ball. Just move it out. It's the number 2, Kieran Regan there for Rathmoylan. With the ball, Davey picks up the ball, bearing down the goal. He's got Rourke one side of him. Simon Ennis with a fabulous tackle. This is Davey. He tries to come out. Danny Coleman with a big hit. The ball comes here towards Danny Coleman picks it up.
Get over.
Oh, Danny Coleman picks it up and a bit of it snatched at the shot. Went to the left hand side and went wide. 21 and a half minutes gone. Rathmoylan 3-11. Trim 4-9. Ball down towards the far side. It's a foot race between the two number 12s, Kevin Lennon and Kevin Mulligan. The ball's gone over the line. Couldn't see from how far we were away, but the referee has awarded the sideline ball to Rathmoylan. No. Now he's changed his mind. Okay. He's changed his mind. And it's a ball for Trim. Davy is over there. Rathmoylan have a player down here in front of us. It's the corner. It's the corner back. Kieran Regan, he's okay. Quick rub and he's back up.
Oh, it's Little.
Don't try the ball.
I think what's happened here is the ball ended up going over into the terrace there in the last passage of play, and there was no ball available for the players to restart. So the ball had to be moved from this side. Now there's 2 or 3 balls ended in, but we're almost ready to go. I think Davies just past the halfway line on the far side, gets himself ready.
That's the one's in front of it.
Davy plays a lovely ball down, but it goes straight to the spare man, Jared Ennis. Jared in the pocket, plays the ball long over Kevin Lennon's head. Derek Kennedy comes out strongly, gets something on it. Lefty has got to get his pick. He goes in strong. He's a strong man, Kevin Lennon. Oh, he gets his pocket picked. Mickey Cole's away. He's bearing down the goals. He hasn't put the ball in the stick yet. On his hand yet, he has this time. He turns inside. Gets a shot away. Caleb gets a great save. Clear lines, Caleb. Oh, what a fantastic save there from Caleb. He's under all sorts of pressure. The ball's still in play. Caleb chasing the ball down right in the corner flag. And Caleb gets fouled that time. Surely, referee. And the ball is going over the line. And it's going to be a sideline ball. It's going to be a sideline ball to Rathmoylan. But Caleb with a fantastic save there. Mickey Cole was bearing down the goals. Worked his way in, got a shot away. Caleb with a great save, managed to pick the ball up in the square, almost on his goal line, and clear the ball over to this side, where it's going to be a sideline ball for Rathmoylan. John Farrell making his way over to take this ball. Kieran Regan under a little bit of bother here. Rathmoylan, he's made his way off here to get a bit of treatment while the ball is on the other end of the field. Sideline ball right down in the corner. Difficult maybe if you pick that up on the camera. I'm leaning over the fence here myself to see it. What a ball played right across the goals. Comes to Mickey Cole. Mickey Cole turns inside off his left. Trying to get a shot away, and it's got over the bar. Mickey Cole made a big impact, Brian, in a couple of minutes as he's come on.
Yeah, an absolute touch of class there for the chance created there nearly for the goal from Mickey. He made a great run, and I thought now myself that Caelan Buckley was fouled in the corner. He went to pick the ball, he was clean out of it, and the referee didn't see it, and Mickey's after putting over the equaliser there now, so it's going to make for a very tense last 5 minutes.
24 minutes gone, sides are level, 4-9, 3-12. Puck out comes down the middle of the field. Can Joey grab another one? Goes up high, Australian rule style almost. The ball breaks the Gooch. Simon Ennis played a very solid game. Oh, Gary, the ball breaks to Gary on the Tuller. One more side, it comes to Barney. Barney with a shot. Oh, great save, and the goals there by Danny Mulligan, and the goal Rathmoylan. He's under pressure. Clears the ball out almost along the line. Is that going to go over the line for 65? Surely it is. What's the umpire? The umpire hasn't made any signal. Nobody's made any signal. The referee hasn't blown his whistle, but I think it is a 65. Umpire, very strange that the umpire didn't seem to put his hand up or make any decision. We were kind of wondering what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. He's made up his mind now, but no, good play there from Trim. Gooch got a good ball. Joey Toole was striding through there like Guyot will now, hopefully in the Irish Champions Stakes. Did know a while ago, and he created the chance for Barney. Keeper made a good save, and good pressure then applied then by the Trim backs or the Trim forwards to force the keeper into the mistake. And Arnie now another free, which will probably end up now in the next parish, I'd say, up behind the goals.
It's a 65 this time for Arnie. The scores are level. 25 minutes gone. Arnie right in front of us here. Picks. It's high. And it's wide. It's the first one that Marnie has missed all day. Come on, Trim. Let's see it out for the last couple of minutes. Come on. No messing around here. Danny Mulligan takes a quick puck out. Down this side. Koch rises high, but clashes into Kieran O'Rourke. And the ball breaks. The Gooch breaks. Jack Payne picks the ball up. Moves it on. Oh, goes past James Cullen. Oh, James Cullen does very, very well. Gets a half a block on it. And Sparky had a shot there. James got back to him. James Cullen got back, deflected the ball off his stick, and it's going to. And this time it's a 65 for Rathmoylan. Score, just a quick reminder of the score: 3-12 Rathmoylan, 4-9 Trim. The Trim scores have dried up considerably here in the second half. 65, Simon Ennis comes out in the centre back position right here in front of us. Take the 65. This one is drifting to the left hand side, and it's gone wide. So a little bit of a left let off there for Trim. 26 and a half minutes gone. Drawn match.
Come on, Coachy.
Kieran O'Rourke's a bit of space here, but Caelan looks like he decides to go long. Puts the ball down the far side. Arnie and Danny Coleman underneath it. The ball breaks into the middle of the field. Can Davy get there? Davy does well. Gets the ball. Arnie with a big hit. Gooch gets the ball. No, it's Danny Coleman gets the ball. Pops it out here in front of Stephen Doyle. Barney running towards the corner. Oh, lovely pick from Barney. Looks for the runners. Oh, a lovely ball back to Davy. Can Davy get a shot away? He does. He's leaning backwards. But is it going to be over? Oh, what a great score. Fantastic score there from David Murtagh. That's a goal on the point for Davy this afternoon. 4-10 Trim. 3-12 Rathmoylan. Gooch with a lovely pick back to Kieran O'Rourke. Kieran dummies inside, gets by another man. Surely he got fouled, but he pops the ball out. Can Gaz get something on it? Gaz under a bit of pressure. The ball, Koch just stepped over the ball. Rookie in again, following up his own passage of play. The ball comes away here. Jared Ennis comes away, tries to get the ball inside Joey Toole. He does. Jack Payne has the ball. There's another man, another runner here. It's Cian Keogh. Cian Keogh right in the 65. Miss hits the ball, drops here in front. Darren's out in front. Lovely take. Oh, brilliant stuff from Dara. Barrels his way out. Oh! And the referee is after awarding a free in there, and the Trim people here are going absolutely ballistic. Dara caught the ball, came out, put a big hit on, but if he hadn't have done that, he would have got taken out of it. And the referee adjudged that to be a bit of charging with Dara and has given a free into Rathmoylan. That's unbelievable. An incredible decision. 28 minutes on the clock. Trim at the moment are a point up, but surely this will be a simple tap over here for... Just Gary Doherty back
just
on.
Seeing Gary Doherty back into the play there, but an absolutely scandalous decision there. Gary Doherty actually positioned himself to take the shoulder. He didn't stand square, and Dara invited in the contact, and he blown for a free. And now it's a simple equaliser now for Rathmoylan. It's that shouldn't have been a score now,
but it is. So it's Gary's 5th point of the afternoon. 3-13, 4-10, 28 and a half minutes gone. Caelan with the puck out. It's dropping here on top of Arnie. Arnie goes high. Oh, what a catch from Arnie. Arnie turns inside. Does he have runners? He moves around to get a shot away himself. This is ball going over the bar. Oh, what a score. What a score from Arnie McGee. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And a great puck out from Caelan. And we've got a sub coming in here for Trim. Andy Dinan is coming on. What an incredible score from Arnie. Gaz, I think, is finally making his way off the field. He can give no more. Gaz is going to come off. Andy, it's a straight swap. It's a straight swap. Andy's going to the full forward line. Gaz has moved out. Joey Toole dropping out. Trim are going to need to win this puck out. Jack Koch underneath it. The ball works hard. Rathmoylan win the ball in the middle of the field. Oh, there's going to be a fray there. This time it looked like a foul to the Rathmoylan, but the referee plays on. The ball has moved down. Owen Downey moves the ball down. Another dangerous ball in towards Mikey Cole. Mikey Cole pulls on the ball on the ground. Caelan in there challenging. There's 3 Trim players there. They must get the ball away. And this time Cian Walsh is tripped as he tried to get the ball up there, and the referee awards a free out. We're 29 minutes and 54 seconds gone. The score 4-11 to Trim, 3-13 to Rathmoylan. Trim are a point ahead. The ball is deep in the Trim defence. It's a free out. Caelan inside his own square. Trevor Healy has dropped as the extra man here, and I don't know where the Trim players are gone. Simon Ennis seems to be free as well here. The ball goes down towards where those extra players are. Arnie goes in hard on the ball. The ball breaks. Oh, I think Arnie's going to be penalised for pushing the back. But Trim just seem to have their players need to push up a little there on our when they're clearing our lines.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's Trim who have dropped the men back or Rathmoylan, but I think it's Rathmoylan. Trevor Healy has dropped in, and somebody is after mouthing again now, and it's moving the free forward again, and it's become a disease in the Trim team today. This mouth, and it hasn't stopped all game.
So from what would have been a tricky free here. What would have been a tricky free there for Simon Ennis inside his own half. The ball's been moved forward to the halfway line, which is well within his range, and he's got a chance with 31 minutes gone. He's got a chance with 31 minutes gone to tie the game up. Ball's on the way. That ball was going wide. I don't know what's going on there. The referee's has seen something going on inside. Okay, the umpire's hand up. But just the referee seems just indecisive. It's hard to know what decisions he's making here, Brian.
I'm not sure even what the free was given for over there in the first place. Ciarán O'Rourke ended up on the ground and it was a free to Rathmoylon, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. But the umpire just hand up there calling it the referee when Simon Ennis is taking that free, and he blew it in the middle of the strike and it's gone wide. So now that free's going to have to be retaken, and he's calling over somebody here. I don't know. It's actually a big hole, I think. I'm not sure what's going on here now. It's becoming a bit of a, I don't know, it's getting a bit crazy here now at the moment, and it's very, very tense. Tensions are flying here now, and you know it's getting very tight now. Rathmoylon need a score to force extra time at this stage, I think.
So Mickey Cole for Rathmoylon and Cian Walsh for Trim are being spoken to by the referee. Yellow card shown to both of them. This time I see they brought Gary Doherty out to take the free. I'm not sure that it was possible to do that, but they've changed the free taker for the retake. So Gary Doherty's got 5 points already. We're 32 minutes on the clock. Plays the ball in. It's Doppering in front of the goals. Who's there? Joey Toole is there, and it comes out. Kevin Lennon comes out with the ball, clears the ball, a low ball in towards Stephen Doyle, who's up right the way back. But that ball is going to make it. No, it's not. Simon Ennis picks it up. I beg your pardon. Simon Ennis is inside. Oh, Simon Ennis has a pocket of space here inside the 65. Takes a long range shot. It's dropping in and goes to goals again, and it's gone over the bar. And Simon has tied it up with his third point of the game. 32 minutes, almost 33 minutes gone. Well, the referee, I'd say the referee's going to blow this up, you know. 3:14 to 4:11. Referee jotting down that score. Caelan with the puck out. Will he allow one more play? He does. He lets the play develop here. Joey Toole underneath the ball again. Goes high, catches the ball, pops it outside to Davy. Davy's the ball. Come on to the 45 line. Davy plays the ball in. Yes, over the bar. Yes, and a great score from Davy. What an amazing score. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The referee sure he's going to blow it up now. Referee! He's going to allow one more play. Cian Walsh has moved down to the corner forward position. I don't know what's going on here. Danny Coleman's moved back to corner back, and the ball is played in by Rookie down the line. Arnie picks the ball up. He stepped over the line. The linesman's flag went up. We couldn't see from this side, but Arnie must have stepped over the line. It's a sideline ball. Everyone's getting very excited here. Another change here. I think Danny Coleman is getting corner back, and Cian Walsh seemed to move down the field. So I think the referee, he will definitely allow one more passage to play here. Trim have moved everybody almost back. They've Andy Dinan standing in front of the goals. Is the only player there. The ball is mishit. It drops short. Can Trim bottle it up here? Cian Walsh is there, but the ball moves away. Simon Ennis. The ball is played in towards. Oh, the man in the bigger space. He can't miss from there. And what happened there? The Trim defence switched off, and it was a simple tap over there for John Farrell.
I'm not sure what happened there. Dara seemed to have got caught up in two minds as to where John Farrell was going, and that's the equaliser now. And I don't know what the story is here now with Frank Scully. Is he going to blow it up now? I don't know. He's letting the play go on.
One more play, but it's dropping down here. Joey Toole again goes up, and the ball this time is hacked on. But Andy Dinan is there. Can he get a touch? And he can. Andy gets a bit of space. Does the play outside? Andy goes himself. Oh, Davey was outside him. Probably the wrong option. Andy took the shot on. The ball drifted to the right. This time goes under. Kevin Lennon. Trimmer finishing very strongly here. Great ball in. Can Barney get something on this? He can. It breaks out in front of him, but the ball is broken there, and there's 2 or 3 men there, and it's the number 4, Owen Downey. Robert Barney gets there, plays the ball again. Andy is in this time. He's been fouled. Andy is in. He turns right. He turns left. The ball is still there. Arnie tries to play it on the ground. This time it's picked up, and can't Trim keep the ball in here. The ball is it's a miss. It has to be a 65. It's a 65 for Trim. It's a 65 with 35 minutes on the clock. A 65 for Trim. This surely has to be the last puck of the game. In fairness to the Trim forwards, they did very well to bottle it up. Andy did very well going in. Gooch was there. Barney was there. They fought hard, kept the ball alive, and they won a 65.
This is absolute carnage what's going on here at the moment. It's just unbelievable. A brilliant ball played in there towards Barney. Andy Dinan did very well. He was, in my opinion, he was completely foul. His jersey was being pulled. The referee let the play go on. Arnie had a chance for a goal. The keeper saved. There's Simon Ennis went for a clearance, and he was brilliantly hooked, and it went out for a 65. Just going before that, Andy Dinan, probably the first wrong decision made in the game from a Trim forward. Davey was outside him again for another score to put them ahead. Now Arnie here, this is surely the last action. I don't know what the story is. 36 minutes gone here. You don't know how much time is left.
What a cracking game we have here this afternoon. The score 3:15 to 4:12. Arnie with the ball half a yard inside the 65. The Rathmoylon crowd reminded him of that, and this linesman then.
Come on, Arnie, come on.
It's not going to make any difference, Arnie. He certainly have the range. It's all about the accuracy. Come on, Arnie. You can do it, lad. Come on, Arnie. He picks. He strikes. And it's gone over the bar. Oh, a score. Blow it up. And the referee blows the whistle. And Trim have won. Trim have won by a point. Arnie McGee's last puck of the game reminds me of his brother Damo's point in the minor final here many years ago when he did the very same thing with the last puck of the game. And Trim have won an absolutely rip-roaring game here by 1 point. Well, Brian, catch your breath and try and give us a bit of a sum up of that.
Well, in my opinion, from the basis of the game was going, I think the better team have won. Trim probably had more chances. They hurled a lot better than Rathmoylan. In fairness to Rathmoylan, they don't, and you always get it from them. They never stop, and they kept at Trim in the second half, and they got some brilliant scores. But in fairness to Trim, a brilliant mix of youth and experience there. Joey Toole, when he was needed, stood up to the fray. He made some brilliant catches. Davey scored an absolutely excellent point up the line here in the third minute of injury time, which we thought was over. John Farrell got an equaliser, and Arnie, well, what can you say? He finished up with 8 points. A super performance, all in all, from Trim. They never stopped going. There was great heart, great passion. They made some great blocks, and it all came from that. They chasing down Simon Ennis in the last minute over by the sideline, who in fairness to him had an absolutely brilliant game for Rathmoylan. This was a proper championship game of hurling, and Trim prevailing by a point, and I think they deserved it, Rory.
Great stuff, absolutely, and that makes up in some small way for the loss by the ladies in the football final by a point earlier on this afternoon. The Trim managing the players very happy with that, and they're in and making their way in towards a bit of a huddle down here to the right hand side. Decky Murray out here congratulating all the players, up talking about with Colin McGrath and with Arnie. So absolutely fantastic performance here. But great game of hurling, in fairness to both teams. They went at it hammer and tongs, and Trim just got over the line. I think the lead. I think Trim had the lead 3 times in injury time there, Brian, and each time, twice Rathmoylan pegged it back. But Arnie with that final ball proved to be the final score and the winning score of the game. So we're going to leave it there this afternoon, folks. My voice is almost gone. Just like to thank James Andrews for all his help and assistance with the camera work. Thank Brian Dowling here for his input here this afternoon, and we'll wrap it up here on a final score of Trim 4-13, Rathmoylan 3-15. Thank you.
On to town.